Hey all, welcome back to my channel, and long time no see. Been away for a while, that's for sure, but welcome back. This is hopefully part one of what's going to be a weekly ramble series where I kind of just turn the camera on for a few minutes and talk about whatever comes to my mind. I don't know, it's hard to not delve directly into politics, right? Especially with the way that our world has been going as of late. Especially myself being an American, it puts me in a very interesting position where I kind of just want to endlessly talk shit about my government and kind of do nothing else. But, you know, life goes on nonetheless, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Feel free to leave, topics in the comments. If any of you have any ideas for anything that you want me to talk about, whether it be alter human stuff or whether it be just politics or just anything really, feel free to mention that in the comments below. I know I've had a lot of comments asking me what an alter human is, which I feel like has been gone over in detail pretty thoroughly. But I was thinking of maybe just making a video of listing some resources and maybe even just going over some of the basic definitions just as something that I can link others to when they're asking me about the topic. Because I do find it's a question that it's probably the most frequently asked question that I get, to be honest. So, I don't know. I guess let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. I've also been wanting to do more political style videos, that's for sure. I actually do plan on making one about the protests that have been going on recently. I think that's interesting. That'd be an interesting topic. So look forward to that if I manage to stick to my word on that one. And I remember to make a video about that. I don't know. It just seems lately that everybody is so on edge, at least here in the United States. People are very distant from one another, and they always kind of have been, but I feel like there's just a tension in the air that has been ramping up as of late. And it's kind of eerie, honestly. I can't go to the grocery store without, worrying that I'm going to run into some random Trumpy. you just never know anymore, and it's not fair to overgeneralize and act like they're I'm scared that I'm going to run into them. I mean, I guess I'm just scared of running into scary, crazy people in general, which especially when you live in a place like the US and mental health is not prioritized, and you have people with untreated schizophrenia just running around, being a danger not only to other people but also to themselves. And they're just there. They're just chilling on the sidewalk, and that's that. I don't really know where I was going with that, honestly. I guess it's just something that really bothers me is the division in our society. I don't really know if there's a way to fix it either, which is kind of a question that I feel like America has been coming to as of late is how do we fix this? Can we fix this? Is there any sort of reconciliation that can occur here so that we can move forward as a country, all as one? And I don't know if I see that happening. I don't know. I feel like it just goes back to the Civil War, right? When during the Reconstruction era, we were supposed to be rebuilding the South, and we never finished. We kind of just stopped halfway. They were never fully rebuilt. They were never fully reintegrated. And that's obviously not the only reason that this has occurred, but it definitely didn't help, now did it? It definitely wasn't a helping factor, I'll tell you that much. I don't know, and it's hard because it just almost seems like we should be two separate countries at this point. But then, on the other hand, it feels like you're abandoning gay people and trans people in the South when you say that. Because well, what? So they're just supposed to be cut off from the northern part of the country that's actually going to treat them like human beings and just be left in, in the south somewhere where they're possibly could be killed. It's hard because at the same time, it's like this portion of the country drags us down in just about every conceivable way you can think of. Like, a lot of times I feel like these southern states love to talk shit about California and about these western states when oftentimes they end up being subsidized by the tax-paying money from these western states. So, like, how can you talk shit about California when your state is being financially supported by California? You get money from them. They help you, but somehow you still hate them. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, and it really does seem like biting the hand that feeds you. And after a certain point, it's just like, when do you say enough is enough? It feels like a spoiled teenager, stealing money out of mom's purse, but then saying, fuck you, mom, as they're taking more money out of your purse. It's like, okay, well, if you hate us so much, stop taking our money then. Go be your own country. Go worry about everything yourself. If you think that you're all that, then you shouldn't need money from California. You shouldn't need money from these western states. If they're such garbage and you're so awesome, then stop taking our fucking money. They don't want to talk about that, though. A lot of southern people do not want to talk about that. They just want to endlessly talk to you about what a shithole California is and about how many homeless people there are there. It's like, yeah, there's homeless people there because your states literally bus homeless people to there. You take homeless people from places like Texas, get them a bus ticket to California, and then you blame it on California. I don't know. That's like sweeping your garbage under the rug and then blaming the rug that there's garbage under it. I guess that's not the best comparison because obviously homeless people are not garbage. They're like a lot more than that, but you generally get what I'm saying, right? It's like you're sweeping the problem elsewhere and then blaming the place that you swept the problem to for it being there. Like, bro, you did this. I don't know. I'm not claiming to have a solution. I'm not claiming that we should just separate from the South and not be a uniformed country anymore. I'm not saying that is the solution for sure. I'm just saying it wouldn't hurt to consider as a possibility at this point, at the very least. Like, I don't know. I mean, how many hundreds of years are we going to go on just fighting and warring with each other and hating each other? Like, how productive has that proven to be over the past 150, 200 or so years? I don't know. I guess tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, explain to me why. I'm not opposed to hearing an opposing point of view. I think that's about good for now. And ideally, I will see you next week for another ramble. So don't forget to leave anything in the comments if you want me to respond to it next week or just any ideas for me to talk about anything. And yeah, have a good week. Bye-bye.